Jack it up.
Hey, what's up everybody? So, welcome back to the YouTube channel. So where to start? I'm gonna go grab the lights, put it on the other side. I think we're gonna actually get that out of there, get the deck out of there. That's where we're gonna start. And that is not the cord that I wanted. Where's the other cord? It seems to have fallen. There we go. And yesterday, my microphone had fell off my hat and landed in the car. So the audio on that video was going to be a little strange and a little messed up. It actually fell into the car in the back seat. So it ended up being kind of loud when doing stuff. I actually wasn't in the back seat, it was in the back end of the car, kind of back by that battery and where all the tools were. So a little bit of clattering and some playing around and stuff like that going on there. Oh well, we live and we learn. Didn't know it fell off my hat, but now I know. So anyways, today we're going to pull this deck out because we already pulled it out, as you guys probably seen in the last little video. And then, where am I sitting here now? Oh, we're still at 12. So, yeah, 12 something I'm sure, and that's just, you know, playing with the music and stuff too, so I'm sure some of that had to do with that. I'm going to have to vacuum this up again. This was looking all nice and neat. Drywall saw. Works good for cutting through foam, I guess. So, if you guys ever need to trim your foam down, that works. Or you can get a Sawzall blade and one of these handle attachments. This happens to Cobalt, but I'm pretty sure they make them through other people as well. And you just hack away at it. Works great. Some people use carving knife, electric carving knife, or carving chicken or meat carver knife. And I guess that's supposed to work pretty well too. There's some USB up there. We will swing this out the best we can. I'm going to have to chop the antenna wire off because getting this out of here, either me or my cousin had ended up chopping through the antenna wire. Looks like it's mainly just the ground. I don't know if it's actually through to the other side of that core. It might still work. Well, maybe we'll just tweak it up. I don't really need an antenna in here. This is a mixed sound vehicle, and it's not really going to be like driving around listening to normal radio anyways. Plus, I still have to take the fender off to get at that antenna, to take that out of there. And then see if I can get a rubber grommet or something to put in there, or otherwise I got to weld that fender on the top. Because I did pull the antenna out. I was trying to put down like a smaller antenna onto it, and I ended up taking the bottom nut off, and the whole thing just kind of dropped in. So yeah, that was a little goofy at that point. Oh yeah, this has to get pulled out of here. So let's just hope that we can still get that to go through there. Otherwise I have to take this whole thing off on the bottom. So where are we at here now? Is that pushed through there yet? Okay, something like that, I guess. But we might end up having to take that whole bottom piece off again too. Because as of right now, the USB is getting stuck in the way. Let's just set that up there once. Remove ashtray. See where wire is at. This is annoying. Put things together just to take things apart again. I guess that's what happens when you have issues, or you jump the gun and you just assume that everything's going to be perfectly fine and working fine. Come on. It's like right fucking there. It wants to come out. Come on. It's like so right there. I don't like this at all. Don't want to have to take this thing apart. There. That's freed up. RCAs are out. Only one thing that's still holding me up is this stupid fucking thing back here. I am not 100% sure on why that's just pinned back there. Well, let's go get a drill, I guess, and pull that other one out. I think I can move you guys. Oh, the motion sickness. Sorry. There we go. So the deck's already out, but what's hanging me up is that wire. So now I got to pull out the heater controls, which I said I didn't want to do. I said I didn't want to have to pull out the heater controls because they're on a vacuum system and all this other stuff. And now I end up having to pull this out just to free it up because I think that USB. I think that USB connection cord is actually stuck back there behind that. So we're gonna unplug this too. Oh yeah, that's just great. Come on, you stupid thing. Some wires coming disconnected inside there. This one's always been kind of acting up. Shit. Okay. Did I free it up? No, I didn't free it up. It's stuck back there somewhere. And of course, I didn't got a light. Darn it. Darn it, darn it, darn it. So, hopefully everybody has a good week this week. You know, like, I want to know what you guys got going on. You guys got anything interesting going on? I can't be the only one that's got interesting stuff going on or troublesome stuff going on. Come on. Is that for real? Are you for real? Oh my God. Can't get my hand in there. And there's a tiny little hole that this thing has to try to go through. Who put that through there? I think it's free. Holy cow, it's free. Yay. So everything works on this thing too. For AC works, heat works, stuff like that. So if I remember correctly, there was some of the buttons or something like that for controlling this to like your heat to your face type of thing. The inside of some motor that from the air that it takes to, because this is all in vacuum, on a vacuum, so whoever that it analogs to that, obviously it's an electronic deal, so it's not digital. Stuff in there too. Well, anyways, I got this out, so we got to try to take and clean this up somehow. I don't know how I'm doing that. Because, you know, that's a thing. And then I got to try maybe clean that up back there. I'm not sure. I just put it in here to spray foam it in so that there was a little bit of play in this corner up here. It wasn't able to sit in there right. And so I just filled it. I didn't even spray that much in there. It was literally like, and then that was it. And then I just kind of went on this side, and then, wow. Yeah, I guess, because it's like, well, that's why they call it expanding foam. Yeah, good point. And this can get just cut off. So I'll just chop it off somewhere back in here, and then throw some heat shrink on it, heat it up. This stuff's not so bad. So it got, the way it expanded out, it like didn't have much thickness to it, so it's kind of more aerated foam. So you're able to pull it off fairly easy. Not so worried about that part. That's good enough, I think. Yeah, yay. All right, good enough. Good enough for now. You know. So. This can probably get turned and slid back in. Oh, get back in there. Oh shit. Didn't realize that was stuck on there. Come on now. Okay. 3 might not be tight enough. Give her a 4. Good enough. Don't want to just tighten them down too much and then end up breaking the tabs or something. Since I have this here, we can remove this, because I broke the mic wire on purpose because I didn't want it on there anymore. I was like, hey, you know what? Don't really need that. So there is a spot here if I wanted to put another switch in there like this or whatever, I could sure put that in there. The only problem is I think that it hits on a tab that's there. Part of the dash, I could cut that off. Where that hole goes through. Yeah, I could trim that off easily. That's that. Now, on to the deck. And trying to clean this thing off without causing too much of a mess. I have to take my hoodie off. This is just gonna get crazy. You guys ever tried that new Dr. Pepper Blackberry? Stuff's amazing. Not sponsored. Should be, but not. So, you guys are wondering, I'm not sponsored by it. Okay, so I'm going to set you guys up over here. That's good. Oh, look. Window tint. Kind of did some stuff on that the other day. I talked about it too. So we will put you guys up over here, and then I'll grab this light that I magically love to carry around. See, blind you guys a little bit with it. Oh man, it just helps, you know, it really helps, but it really gets in my face and it sucks. But it helps you guys be able to see. It helps me be able to see what I'm doing at the same time. So we'll go something like that. And then put you guys over this way slightly. There you go. You guys can get a good view on the subject of what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to have to throw my shades on. I just hit the head again. Always hitting the head. Hitting that the hood. So I'm gonna take the roll lock there. I'm gonna see if I can power through this and just kind of sand it off, I guess. I mean, it's pretty on there. So the more I can get off, the better. I'm not too concerned on wrecking it as far as the surface of the media player, stuff like that goes. It is working, so if it ends up not working afterwards, you know, then I know that I'm the one that screwed it up. Okay, so this might get noisy, just so you guys are aware. If the air compressor kicks on, it might be pretty loud. Nothing I can do about it. Just if you're wearing headphones, just be aware that, you know, this is going to be probably a pretty noisy little event here. No worse than grinding the other day, right? I guess I should put like loud noise warnings inside of things. So, okay, loud noise warning, you've been warned. Here you go. working. Somewhat. I mean, it's powering through it pretty easy. So as long as we can clean it up, that's all we're looking for. So, okay, we got it cleaned up. We burnt through all of that stuff pretty good. You can see some shiny swirls, obviously on the metal and stuff like that, where the roll lock got down there where I was trying to really clean it up. But I did get it cleaned up. I got all that stuff off there. Went through, blew it off. I even wiped off the faceplate with some rubbing alcohol. Got that all cleaned up to make it look a little bit better. So, I mean, there is still some stuff like marks on here and stuff as far as like my fat grubby hands poking on it, or like, you know, stuff wearing through and things like that. I got this used. It's a refurbished unit from Kenwood. I think there was a problem with it, I'm not sure. But anyways, I did get this used off of eBay. And then slapped it in there, and the foam didn't help any. There was a damaged spot right here. As you can see, it got caved in the back. Don't know if there's anything important in there or not. It didn't seem to be hindering it at all during the little testing we did. There is a bubble spot up here. Don't know what that's from, but the metal itself is bulged up. So maybe it got hot in there and it just, you know, swelled something up. But when I pried on it, I think from prying on it, I got a hold of the back here with the pry bar and smushed her just a little bit. Not a whole bunch, just a little bit. I'm sure you guys are, looks like you guys are covered in all kinds of dust as well, so I'll have to clean you guys up real quick here. But yeah, just figured I'd let you guys know this is ready to go on Marketplace now. Like new condition, I know what I got, so no lowball offers. You got it? Yeah, no, we're gonna slap this thing back inside there. I think I'm pretty good as far as like cleanup goes, just slapping that back in. I probably will have to remove that bottom part again to get the USB through there, unless I move the USB to a different point, because I could probably figure out some way to get that USB into a different area. Slide it into my glove box maybe, if I take the stuff out of the glove box. Take the stuff out the glove box and then go from there. Yeah, you can be quiet too, or they're beeping. If we can pull the glove box, maybe I can just run a hole through there and we'll get you guys set up over there. Okay, you guys are all set up over here, so we're gonna take and go through and take off the screws out of there. Make sure this thing's up on my hat still. It is. Didn't fall off. Not this time anyways. Next time, sucker, next time. I did get a light, hey, so my buddy's having me remove his roof liner and remove his stuff out of there so I can build in that competition grade wood roof for him. That way his roof doesn't flop around and it's not all clanging. And you got people standing on there and stuff. Plus he was losing dB from having the metal flopping. Yeah, it's a lot of foam still. Dusty crap. Anyways, I got this, which was his center dome, and I took the wiring from it. I wired it in up here. So now, if I plug this in, which way does it go again? This way, I believe. I have a dome light. On doesn't work because I think I originally went through and cut the, pulled the door pins and cut them, so it just doesn't work. Unless I have it turned on this way. Yeah, see, that should be working if that was the case, but it's not working. So, it's just, you get an on position, and that's it. You manually turn that thing on. So you have off and on. And if you go into the on position, it just turns it off. So basically hit the middle, and you're good. and it is what it is. It's working. So yeah, there's no on. The dome light switch doesn't control it. It's just you either turn it on yourself or you don't have it on. So this will go up in here when I'm all said and done and I build out my roof liner, because in certain competitions you have to have a roof liner, and I figured I wanted a dome light back in it, so I'll build out the roof liner and then I will make the attachment so that there's a hole here and a hole here, and I'll just take a piece of metal. So when I make that roof liner, I'll actually make this as the cutout, and I'll leave like part of the roof liner in there. So I'll just like make the cutout, so this kind of, or not necessarily a cutout, just I'll cut out a certain section on the roof liner in an area where I want this to be mounted, and then I'll put a strap going across there, so there'll be a hole, let's say here, like an oval shape, let's say an oval shape here. Well, this is all going to be still headliner material, which will be made out of like a pegboard, so it's flexible, so I can mold it to the roof here, and then and carpet it and make it look good. And then I'll put a strap, you know, going across from here to here, and that'll sink it down against that material, and therefore it won't really flop around. And you know, I mean, the roof liner will flop around on its own anyways in general. I do plan on sound deadening or putting sound deadening material on the roof liner itself as well too.
Jack it up. Jack it up.
I think, there we go. Okay. So anyways, like I was saying, got to take off the screws from underneath there, underneath the steering wheel. And then this just drops down. For some reason, my mic kicked off. Might have had you guys on pause too long, or maybe the mic's dying. Could be just dead, out of power. You know, that's a thing. Ah, man. Okay. Let's just drop those on the floor, because you know they're gonna go right back in. And this one I can. Yeah, I think my other mic decided it wanted to die, so it just didn't want to stay active. I don't know how the audio went, but we're just gonna keep going with it. You know, we're almost there. We're almost to the home run. So we just got a couple more things to do here, and we should be okay. There we go. There we go. So, what I want to do, I don't really need this stuff anymore. Just rip it apart, I don't give a shit. Oh, I needed that one though. That was my horn button. Where'd my horn button go now? I guess it went up that way somewhere. Okay. I'm not sure where that went to. Why that went where it went. Come on now. Get rid of this stupid remote wire that I'm not going to use anymore. That's that. This should be a ground. Unless that's power. Unless I yanked it out of power. Nope, nope. Oh. Horn. So this has to be grounded. As far as I'm assuming. Maybe. I'm not 100% sure on where this one went into the dash. That goes back that way. Goes somewhere back there. So I'm assuming this went somewhere. Obviously it went somewhere. Thing back there. Is there a light here? Holy crap, there's a light here. That is the tube for that other stuff. That's that. Okay. Oh. If I take... Where's it at now? We can set this up here for now. Back USB. I'm going to try to shove into here somehow. Just drill a hole, I guess. As long as I can get that to go. Hey now, y'all wires just start acting decent. Alright, I gotta... Probably could just shove it through there. We'll see. Okay, so Okay, that'll work that way. Let's just take this, shove this in here. Oh yeah, I can't do that yet. It can hang. I don't give a crap. I gotta hack those ones off, and then, or that off, and then heat shrink that. So this can go back up. Stay. You see? Yeah, look at that. Bunch of crap. Take the dash apart, to take the dash apart, retake the dash apart. Man, I think I've taken that dash apart 4 times now. About 4 or 5 times now. So it is what it is. Can't always win for losing. Can't always win for losing. Gotta go backwards to go forwards to go backwards again. And in a couple months I'll be taking it apart again probably. So who knows? I think this will work, because I think that should slide on there. Some cheap heat shrink. Oh, I totally forgot to get the snips from around the corner. Let's go. I got 2 of them. So we'll try one and then we'll try the other one. You guys still on? Yeah, you guys are still there. Checking the view. Checking the view. Alright. Good enough. Bye-bye, antenna. Okay. Let's get in this tight space. There we go. Now, where's my heat shrink at? Slide that over that. Come on now. Come on now. And then we're gonna just back you up a little bit there. Something like that will work, hopefully, without burning myself. Ooh, yeah, I don't want to do that. Wish I should have just got that fucking heat gun. We gotta try to figure something out here. There you go. Looks like I started heating some of the foam up there. Smells wonderful in here. But yeah, now that's all heat shrunk up, so I don't know if you guys can see it from there, but basically put some tape on it. Just took the end of it, stuck some tape on it, kind of spun it to make sure the electrical tape stuck so that there wasn't anything bare on this end. Slid some heat shrink over it, heated it up, bent the end. Perfectly fine. It's on there. It's out of the way. I'm gonna shove that back up in the corner. It ain't gonna hurt anything being where it's at now. If I could pull it completely out of there, I would, but I'll just shove it up above here and it'll be perfectly fine up there. Live it the rest of its life up there for all I care. So now maybe I should do something for the other side too, but I'll do electrical tape. It's fine. there you go. Just a little bit of electrical tape to stop that from touching something if it decided that it wanted to. And we'll do the remote wire as well, because I don't need that remote wire anymore either. It was there. It was a thought that I had. Hooked it up like normal. And then I built the switches, so I don't really need any of that stuff. We will call it stuff. I don't remember what is what now. I'll just go with that. Now the front is the red? No, black and blue. Or black and white. Right? Yeah, black and blue. Black, blue, white, red. Okay, so that should be normal. That should be all hooked up. We should be able to shove this back in there. And ta-da! There is. Let's shove the bolts in there. See how that moves now? It flexes backwards. And so I didn't really like that when I was touching the dash or touching my stuff, that it was flexing backwards. That's why I foam filled it. Maybe I can wrap Dynamat around that or something, or shove something back there, but I don't really want to do that right now. There should be a drill with a socket. There we go. Now, see if that bounces.
That's a bouncing.
I don't give a shit, I guess. But I'm trying to press buttons and stuff. It's kind of annoying. So I just kind of ended up foam filling it, but it turned out to be not a good thing. Now I got to ground the ground. So I'm gonna have to get creative here. Get some stuff and fix that up too. Don't know. I think we'll use this one. That should work. No, we'll use this one. This one seems like it's better. Now, where's my... Oh, there it is. Found them! Gotta get my crimps out, you know? Get the crimpers. Because what we'll do is we'll take this wire, since this is considered the negative to that system. We'll just spin this up, shove this in there, just like so. Little butt connector type of crimp, and we'll just smash it. She's tight. Give her the old blowtorch. And she's down. She is connected. Now, I'll take that screw out of there. Okay. There is a lot of wires in here. A lot of wires in the dash. 900 times, taking the dash apart. Yay, 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 yay. What are these for? I don't remember what these were for. Obviously they got taped up. So the lights for something, or connectors for something. This one feels like a light socket or connector. Oh! Okay, I think I remember. This was a positive, and this was the negative that was on the cigarette lighter. Don't remember what this one was for, but I'm assuming that it probably had something to do with the cigarette lighter as well. This may have been the light for it. This was the ground. This was the power and ground for the... Again, more shit we don't need. And there's a light socket for a light bulb of some sort. I think this one went to... It went somewhere. It went to the... we'll kick that out the bottom. We might still be able to use that. This one went to the... whatever you call that. The ashtray light. There's like a little light over the ashtray. Yeah, so we'll kick that down there. We could probably utilize that for something later on. For some like running lights across the bottom or something like that. This one here, I just want to make sure that it's going to be in here correctly and not get pulled when we start shoving stuff up in here again. Let's take this and wrap it kind of around some stuff. This can just get kicked over here. We'll just take this and unscrew it. Come on now. Take this and put this in there. And it's screwed directly to a brace, so it should be fine. Good enough. Test it. It works. It's good enough. Good enough. Yes, that is perfectly fine for the crap that we do. Now, I don't know about you guys, but since we're in here, we might as well kind of tuck some stuff up and clean up some stuff a little bit better than what it might have been. I know that that's going to get pinched in there, and that's not in the proper spot because this has to get pinched against the board. So I'll just kind of tuck that up that way, and hopefully that doesn't get so pinched off that it can't function. This will just go back up here, because that's my switches. Which is still hooked up. So I don't want to have to take that apart again. Okay. Come on now. Oh yeah. Don't want to forget the light. Yeah, I can't forget that light, because if I forget the light, well, then it just doesn't work right. There's that. There's that. There's that. Okay. So I think we're okie dokie up in here. We just need to throw some screws in there. Okay. Take these two as well, since I just used them for there. Oh, let me get these. Now this should slide it over further. So there was a light cap there. When I just took the light cap off there, slid this in there, so this now is hidden inside of here. So when I just close that up, you can't see it. So now I don't have to worry about that drop down anymore. Then we're just going to go through and just start slapping screws in the bottom of this thing, get this thing put back together again, and then we'll get back to you guys. Alright everybody, check it out. We got it straightened out now. Just go like that, set you guys back down, make sure you guys got a good view. So we're going to test this thing out too, just to make sure before I fully button it up. Yeah, it's just been kind of a hassle with it, so I don't really want to just slap everything back together. I mean, I'm pretty close to slapping everything back together, but I didn't want to just button everything up and say, yep, it's done, and then all of a sudden it's not done because it don't work. So it's working. Standby. Pull it out of standby. HD radio. We're not going to get sound because I don't have any of the amps turned on at this point in time. So can't get sound anyways out of that. So that's the radio, front USB, no device, rear USB, it's going to show up no device, Bluetooth. Might pop my phone, but I don't think so. I don't think the phone's connected to this yet. Since I switched phones. Auxiliary input. There is an auxiliary. So, if you're ever wondering, there is an auxiliary. That just puts it back into standby. So, I guess if we wanted to, we could just see if they're static, but there's no radio hooked up, so obviously it would be under static. But we got that. We got that. So now we'll just shove this back in here. Well, this one should just clip in. There we go. Done. Now, if I ever need access to a USB, I can plug it in there instead of having to drop this down and then plugging it in down here. Just plug it in over there. This can be utilized for some sort of storage, I guess, if I really wanted to, storing extra USBs, a hard drive, whatever it might be as far as like storage goes. I don't think running a hard drive on this would be fun, because since there's no touch screen, to it to be able to run through the controls to be able to find or track folders or track your songs or music. Trying to scroll through hard drive that's like a 500 gig or a terabyte hard drive that's filled with music, you would be at it forever with that, because there's no way to go through it and section it off. And especially if you just dumped all your files on there, instead of it just being in actual folders, it would just be direct songs. You'd have millions of songs to have to go through, so it would just suck. I even find that running through a 16 gig stick is kind of a pain in the ass too if you're trying to find a song. I think 16 gigs is like the highest that I'll actually go for a stereo rig for a sound, as far as that goes for running around here. This little tiny thing right here is only 1 gigabyte, and it's packed with music. So basically it starts off, it has, once I can figure out how to actually format it into the correct formatting, when you pop this into your computer, it'll read file 1 or track 1 as the intro, and then it goes to like track, I think it goes to like 110 songs or something like that on here. But like track 99 is like 99 hertz. So it goes from 1 hertz or 2 hertz, something like that. I think it's 2 hertz. Track 2 is 2 hertz. That's how it's supposed to be designed on here. But since some of the folders or some of the songs are in WAV format and some of them are in MP3 format, it just kind of like scatters the stuff everywhere. When you plug the USB in, it just kind of does whatever it wants to do. So I got to figure out how to get that to correctly read properly or be formatted properly. But this thing has tons of like basically just hurt tracks on it, and then some actual like bass music. So I can just quick switch to a song, like a bass song if I want to, play the bass song, doing a demo or whatever. And then if I want to switch to a just like running a certain hertz frequency for testing or for doing like actually playing the song and stuff like that in a run, I can just go, track 40 at 40 hertz, 40 hertz. That's kind of what I was shooting for. But now I have yet to actually run through this on this system to see where it's at. It just kind of plays whatever, and it's kind of weird that it does that. So I'll just go front USB, let it load, reading, and it should have the intro. I think last time it did have the. So we had a little bit of technical difficulties with audio cutting out on the last video that you guys probably seen. Shirt's obviously different, so yeah, I just had to make this outro real quick for you guys since the audio screwed up. We got the deck back in. I did a little bit of testing with it. Stuff worked out well with it, so I think what I'm just going to do is run it for now. I'll get a secondary deck and a new bracket and a mounting plate, and then I'll just end up making up a secondary deck that I can quick swap. And like I said, if that deck does die, since I did run that RC or the USB into the glove box, that USB wire, I'm not going to trace that thing just to pull the deck out during a comp. I'll just snip the wire, leave it sit in there, and then I'll just swap the decks real quick so that way that I can get back in the lanes, because I'll just end up just doing quick adjustments to it. That way then my mids and highs aren't getting a bunch of bass, and yeah, it'll all work out or it won't. So we'll just figure it out as it goes, and just kind of just wing it, I guess. So if you guys haven't already, just go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. So, here to show you guys kind of what I got going on now. So, putting wood up on the roof for a friend of mine. So we'll get that up. I actually gave him his dome light back. Got some stuff dripping from the dome light, but that's easily be taken off. Yes, the dome light does work. Then we notched out for around the, see if we can get you up there. Yeah, we notched out for those braces that actually hold the roof rack on, which is part of the support for it. And then I spray painted the glass from the inside, and then I sound deadened these ones because there's no upper rail. So when they're flapping, if it decides to break, it'll actually just stay together, and then it'll just kind of spider. Front ones, I really can't do anything about it. But what I did think about doing was to take this rail right here, it seems to be like a rubber coated metal. And if that is the case, I will talk to him and then see if he wants me to do it. But I can take and basically grind this out right here, and then I can butt up a piece of metal to it. I'll shut the door so I can show you guys what I got going on here. So what it'll actually do is I'll grind this off, then butt up a piece of metal to it, and then I'll have it so that it comes down like so far. And then it'll make it to where he has a lip to catch that glass. And I can do that all the way along the back as well. The only thing is he'd have to roll the windows down to be able to open the door. You know what I mean? So when he wants to close the door, he has to roll the window down, or else he'll slam it into that metal that'll be sticking down. Because that metal will be sticking down about like that far. You know, you just be right about where this is at. So it's going to be, you know, what, an inch down from there. And we'll just follow it all the way down to about right here-ish, somewhere in there. And then we can just roll the window down, shut the door, roll it back up. Now it's sealed. This isn't like a daily driver for him. This is just a cheap vehicle that he got to be able to put a stereo in, try to get loud with it. I don't think he's walling it at this point, but if it does come to it, then we will wall it. We can always shell it instead of walling it and just put a box inside of the shell, and that works too as well. So he's going to be doing other stuff. I foam filled this up so that I could actually take and sand this down where this is all rusted through, because he had it duct taped over and had some stuff on there. So I'm going to take and grind that flat and then fill it with like some Bondo fiber or Bondo glass. Hopefully that helps out for him. Then I'll sand the Bondo glass smooth. He'll have a decent looking patch job anyways, instead of having a foam filled rust spot there with duct tape over it. Yeah, it's not the greatest. We are going to be fixing the roof. So right now what we did was we took and we drilled the screws right through the roof. Okay, so when I'm done with it, we will grind off these, or I will go through and grind every one of these off, and then I will tack them. So I'll grind them off just at the roof line, and then or maybe slightly above it, and then I'll tack them, and then I'll take once they're tacked in place, going a decent tack going all the way around it, I will take and grind that down with a roll-lock, and then we will spray the whole roof with Raptor liner or bed liner, and nobody will be the wiser. It'll work out one way or another. It'll work out. I did my roof the same way. I'll show you guys how that turned out. So let me get over there for you guys. You can't really see any of the screw marks, and this is just remember, this is only one coat of bed liner. So I did the same thing. I punched the holes directly through the roof. I sound deadened my roof first, and then I just did 2 layers up there. So it's a layer of 3/4 and a layer of 1/2. And then after that, everything's just attached in there, and the 2x4s are attached into the that whole setup for the roof and everything like that. So yeah, that wood for the roof is actually just screwed directly through there, and it looks decent. So for all of you guys that are worried about punching holes through your roof, as long as you grind off the screws or chop them off right at the roof line and then tack weld it, then just take your roll lock and grind it down. Don't grind it down, just like smooth it out. If you grind it down, it'll pop. You'll just hear it, and it'll separate from the metal. Now you got to go in there, you got to pull that screw and put another one in through that same spot. Hopefully the metal's not fucking warped, so you can actually get it to stick. But yeah, that's the basic gist of it. Just cut it off, tack weld it, grind it smooth or sand it smooth with like a Rolock and like maybe some like 80 grit on there. Once you get that smooth, you'll just see it looks like just normal metal. You can just take and there might be maybe a little divot there, but most of the time there's not a real bad divot. And then you can just take and just sand it down, paint it, you know. Whatever color you want to paint it, whatever you want to do. If you want to take and use like that dip your car stuff, like Plasti Dip, and do your roof like that, you sure can. I use bed liner because I was like, well, bed liner should seal it a little bit more, and then it should make it, you know, not leak if it potentially water gets on it. This thing's sheltered all the time, but I mean, if I'm driving home from a comp in, you know, Indianapolis or, you know, Iowa or something, then I hit a rainstorm, I got to be prepared to have the roof perfectly fine, because otherwise that's going to turn into a soggy mess and I'm going to have to rip that thing back out, and I don't want to have to do that, you know. So let's just hope that never happens, but I'm pretty sure I got my roof fine. I will be coating it again anyways, because that's only one coat, so that'll get another coat, and then that'll get painted to match when I do the rest of this as the paint job stuff. So yeah, you guys like my new sticker? Looks pretty cool, at least I think so. Tell me what you think, post down in the comments. I did get this other part of the wall done, so I actually took and I sanded that off or whatever, and then I ended up putting up one full board in there, because having it as just a 2-sectioned board, it didn't look very good. Where this is at over here, with that kind of mess, I'll tape that off and then I'll paint that to match this part over here, because this part here will get taped and then this will get matched. I still have to fix that part right there, then I have to paint that as well, and I might just paint that to match and this to match and that down there to match, and I just don't know what color to do. Probably black. Probably do black, because I'm going to do the fiberglassing work, and then I'll paint all this stuff, give it a transition from the color into here, and it'll probably just be black, and that'll be where all the color kind of sits. Not sure yet. We'll see how it goes as the days go on. Who knows? So yeah, it's a work in progress. It's getting there, so we'll figure it out. Charging the battery, just trying to keep it maintained right now. So I got this thing kind of baking down right now. Yeah, and then I got the ground turned off, so as it's charging, that ground is disconnected. So it's just charging the battery and it's not throwing anything into the car. So that's just kind of something that I decided to do. Waiting to see if I can get my cousin over here to help me hold that board up in place, because I got to be able to hold it up in place and then also hit the, yeah, the light's pretty bright, but I actually got to hit the wood against those braces to be able to like find out where the notches go, so I can actually chop those out, so when I put it up there it goes flat. Yeah, so that's a 2-person job. Having one person doing it, it's just something that's not for me by myself. I'm sure eventually he's gonna pull that and then sound deaden that back section, and I'll just be like, you should go over the window too, just in case that window blows out, because if he's, you know, just got you know, 118 or 218s in here, no wall, those windows are gonna be flapping like crazy. So I figured if he just sound deadens those windows and then they blow out, they'll spider, you can just cut them and pull them out then, so you don't have a bunch of glass going everywhere. Same with that back hatch. And then it'll work. It'll get figured out eventually. So we're just trying to figure stuff out as we go. And you know, today's just kind of one of those days where it's just, I'm just kind of messing around, you know, not really trying to get too much stuff done. I'm not too concerned on it. And if you guys haven't noticed, I did get glasses, so now I can see. Yeah, I've needed glasses for a while. I just been neglecting to get them for years. So anyways, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button and subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one.